Topkapı Palace's shadowy corridors hum with a whisper. Hürrem is coming. Amid the flicker of lamplight, the swish of her silk gown and her razor-sharp wit herald a woman destined to reshape an empire. She was a captive, torn from the slave markets and thrust into the palace. But this isn't just a slave's tale. It's the saga of a woman who defied limits with love, intrigue, and raw ambition. How did Hürrem Sultan seize the heart of an empire? What was her secret? Step into this electrifying, drama-soaked journey, because Hürrem's story is a legend forged in fire. Hürrem Sultan was born around 1502 in Ruthenia, then part of Poland, now Ukraine. Her true name is lost to history, though some call her Alexandra Lisowska. Rumored to be a priest's daughter, her origins remain murky. As a young girl, she was kidnapped by Crimean Tatars and sold in Istanbul's slave markets. From there, she entered the Ottoman palace's harem-i Humayun. In the 1520s, as a lowly concubine, she caught the eye of the young Sultan Suleiman. Her beauty, brains, and vibrant spirit earned her the name Hürrem, meaning the cheerful one. Rising above the harem's other concubines was no small task. Valide Sultan Ayşe Hafsa's iron rule and Mahidevran Sultan's status as Suleiman's first favorite and mother of Shehzadeh Mustafa loomed large. But Hürrem had bigger dreams than being just another concubine. With cunning and calculated moves, she quickly won a special place in Suleiman's heart. Hürrem's bond with Suleiman wasn't just a love story. It was a high-stakes power play. In 1521, she gave birth to her first son, Mehmed, followed by Meirima, 1522, Abdullah, 1523, Selim, 1524, Bayezid, 1525, and Cihangir, 1531. To secure her children's future, she wove a web of intrigues in the harem and palace. Her fiercest rival was Mahidevran. Historical records note a clash where Mahidevran attacked Hürrem physically, an incident that only tightened Hürrem's grip on Suleiman. He banished Mahidevran and Mustafa to Manisa, clearing the way for Hürrem's rise in the harem. Her boldest move came in 1533 or 1534. Suleiman freed her and took her as his legal wife. This was unprecedented. A sultan marrying a former concubine was a shock to the Ottoman world. As Haseki Sultan, Hürrem became one of the palace's most formidable figures. Venetian ambassadors raved about her beauty and intellect, but whispers of witchcraft swirled its palace. Hürrem shrugged off the rumors. She was ready to do whatever it took to win. Beyond being a wife and mother, Hürrem was a political force. Her letters to Suleiman reveal her deep interest in state affairs and her sharp intellect. Rumors tied her to the 1536 execution of Grand Vizier Ibrahim Pasha, though hard evidence is scarce. Still, Ibrahim's death fueled her drive to eliminate rivals. Her ultimate mission was to secure the throne for her sons, setting her on a collision course with Mahidevran's son, Mustafa. Hürrem strengthened her influence by arranging her daughter Mihrima's marriage to Rustem Pasha, who later became Grand Vizier. Together they plotted against Mustafa. In 1553, Mustafa's execution on suspicion of rebellion marked Hürrem's most controversial triumph. The public was outraged, but the path to the throne for her sons was clear. Yet this victory weighed heavy. Her son Cihangir, heartbroken over Mustafa's death, fell ill and died soon after. Hürrem channeled her power into charity too. She built the Haseki Kuliye in Istanbul, a complex with a mosque, madrasa, hospital, and soup kitchen. She also funded projects in Jerusalem, Mecca, and Medina. Her good deeds weren't just about faith, they boosted her standing with the people. Her letters reveal her deep love for Suleiman and fierce devotion to her children. Calling him my son in the sky, my Suleiman on earth, she wove romance into their bond. But Hürrem always walked a tightrope, balancing love, motherhood, and political scheming. Hürrem's children's fates reflected her struggles. Shehzadeh Mehmed, her first son, a potential heir, died young of smallpox. Mihrimah Sultan, her only daughter, a powerhouse whose marriage to Rustam Pasha bolstered Hürrem's schemes. Abdullah died as an infant. Selim, one of her surviving sons, known as Selim the Sot, he became Sultan Selim II. Bayezid, her other son he lost the throne fight to Selim, fled to the Safavid Shah, and was later handed over and executed. Cihangir, her youngest, born with a hunchback and a tender soul, died of grief after Mustafa's execution. Hürrem lived to see only Selim reach the throne, but that was a massive victory for her. On April 15th, 1558, Hürrem Sultan died at around 56. Her cause of death isn't clear, but she'd been unwell for some time. Suleiman was devastated. She was laid to rest in a tomb at Suleymaniye Mosque. Even after her death, her influence lingered. Suleiman wrote poems in her memory, and her charitable works endured. Hürrem Sultan rose from a captive to one of the Ottoman Empire's mightiest women. With love, wit, and cunning, she shaped an empire's destiny. Her story isn't just a palace drama, it's a global legend. Hürrem's name echoes through history as a symbol of love and power. So, what was her secret? Maybe it was her relentless spirit and knack for turning every obstacle into an opportunity. Loved this epic tale? Don't miss more Ottoman secrets and palace intrigues. Subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. Drop a comment to share which part of Hürrem's story blew you away. Who's the next Ottoman figure you want to dive into? Catch you in the palace's mysterious world.